Greetings, it's Crawford Ashley, the spiritual boxer. I'm just going to be talking about boxing as I always do. And basically, about training and about getting a trainer. And I find this weird about people. Especially coming up to New Year's, they have all these New Year's resolutions. But they're out on the pop celebrating the New Year. Then they wake up with an hangover feeling shit at the beginning of the year. You should start your New Year's resolution on New Year's Eve. I'm not going to drink and stop then. So when you wake up in the morning, you're feeling better. And it's like people who want to get fit, they're overweight, but yet they'll go to the pub and spend 40, 50 quid a night having a drink and then feeling terrible the next day. And then when somebody says to you, do you do personal training sessions? And you say, yeah. They say, how much is it? And you say, 45 quid. Oh, that's a lot, innit? Is it? I don't think it is. For your fitness, for your health, for investing in yourself where you're going to get the benefit of it. But you'll go to a pub and you'll spend 50 quid without blinking an eye. And that's doing more detriment to you than doing an hour's session. But people don't see that because it's the enjoyment. But they don't see that the after effect. It's like when you have really nice food and you eat loads of it. In that moment, you're enjoying it. But then when you look in the mirror, it's not so nice. So for me, it's like boxing. The training was always the part I never liked. But I knew I had to work hard training because I wanted to perform on the night. The night's where the enjoyment is, so I sort of like delayed my enjoyment. So I trained really hard, didn't really like it, but fight night was my night. And the rewards I got from that far outweighed all the others. So to me, boxing was really a lifesaver for me. I know a lot of people say that, but it was really a lifesaver for me because I changed my habits from going out to going to the gym. And like, I changed my environment. When I was getting ready for a fight, my bag was already packed and I was away. I'd go to Tenerife to get some high altitude training, run up Mount Taylor, then I'd go to London. And I'd stay down there, and then when I had a day off or 2 days off, I'd come back to Leeds. And that's where I just used to chill. And then training, gone away. Gone in a training camp, have a mindset where the only thing that's there is boxing, nothing else. And it's like, I listen to Porky's Corner, watch Porky's Corner, I like Porky. He says it as he is, he wants to sort of like calm down a little bit because his heart, I'm a bit frightened of him having an heart attack. Because he's passionate about boxers. And I know a lot of people don't like him. The reason why is, why don't you like him? Is it because he's speaking the truth? Or what? Have a look at yourself. But he was saying, I've gone off track now, I forgot where I was going. He said a few things I like about what he said about Carl Froch when he's had hard fights, and that's why he admires him. And Carl Froch said it's because basically, Colin, he wants to be tested. He wants to find out how good he actually is. And I think that's a good thing. Most boxers really want to find out how good they are, but too many people chatting in the rear about don't fight him because there's no money to fight him, because this guy is a bit too tricky for you. But the guy's going to learn. If he's good, you don't need, what's that word I'm looking for? Bodies, not bodies. You don't need easy fights. He needs fights where he's going to gain experience. If the kid is good and he gets in the ring and you have an easy fight, you know, you've still learned something because you've trained to fight a good kid. When you're getting ready to fight a nobody, a bum, subconsciously you can't fight. You can't train, you can't put your body through that hard thing because this guy's going to be a walkover. It's an easy fight. My trainer's been telling me it's easy. Everybody around me telling me this fight's easy. So why am I pushing? Why am I trying to get the best out of me? I can beat this guy with my eyes closed. And then you get in the ring and you realise this guy's come to fight. And then you're in a whole heap of trouble. What do you do? How do you get out of that? Who do you blame? You know, because it seems like in this world nowadays there's a big blame culture. It's never your fault, it's always somebody else's fault. Oh, my trainer never did this, oh, he never did that. But, you know what I mean, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? Oh, my trainer don't spend no time, he was working with somebody else. But he's still watching you. You know, you still got to work on your things. When you're in the ring, if you're doing something wrong, are you going to wait to go back to the corner to be told what to do? Or are you going to figure it out for yourself and do it? Most people, they're being told all their lives what they can and can't do. Stop doing that. Don't do this. Don't do that. You can't do this. Why? And I used to wear it all the time as a kid. Don't do that. You can't do this. And I used to think, why? You might not be able to do it, but I can do it. You know, and if you've got people around you telling you can't do it, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Oh, you'll never make nothing, you. You're just prison. When I was at school, I was called prison fodder. That's where I'm going. All them teachers who told me that, you know, you're horrible human beings, simple as. But, like I said, I never went. Don't listen to what people tell you, because people are idiots. A lot of people are idiots. And it's like, you see these people faking it until they make it in the boxing game. Managers, promoters, trainers. They keep faking it. Most of them don't know, ain't got a clue what they're doing. But they run their mouth off their ego and they've got big chips on their shoulders. But they ain't got a clue. You know, and they're frightened that they're going to get found out. That's why they got big mouths. And some of them, they talk that good. And it's been going on for years. Good fighters go to them. But they don't improve, they're just good fighters. You know, some of them go backwards because you've got idiots, like I said. And I remember one time when I was down at the Henry Cooper, because I like the Henry Cooper training, and I'd just come in and my hands were hurting. And Bob came. Bob was my trainer, if you don't know. And I said, oh, gotta go, by the alarm. I'm cooking food. So I'll come back to this. Anyway, back again. I just had to go turn my food off. I've just made a stoop for tea and for tomorrow. Oh, and I made a cake as well. A Guinness cake. I might show you a photograph of it. But I don't get that anywhere. All vegan, you know. So for them people out there, Tris Dixon, I don't have a beef with anybody, I'm vegan. Anyway, I was telling you about Bob. And he came in, and I've always wrapped my hands from about being 13, maybe even younger than that. I've always wrapped my hands, I know how to wrap my hands. It was explained to me about all the little bones in your hand, and I know there's a lot of them because I broke a lot of them. And the bandages just help them to stay together. And I know how to bandage certain places tight and certain places alright. And Bob came in and I just said to Bob, go get a coffee. I'll be about 20 minutes. My hands are hurting. So I'm wrapping my hands up and Bob's just gone out to get a coffee. And one of the trainers walked in. He goes, "How you doing, champ?" I said, "I'm not doing too bad, how are you?" He said, "Oh, I'm good, man." He says, "You know something, man, if you was my fighter, you'd never have to wrap your hands up." And I just looked at him and I says, "What?" He says, "If you were my fighter, you'd never have to wrap your hands." I said, "Look," I said, "my hands are hurting." I said, "If I'm having to tell you how to wrap my hands because which part's hurting, I'm just wasting fucking time. I can wrap them myself. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing, and I'm fine like Bob will wrap them. So see you later, fuck off." And that's what they do. They start talking in your ear. Like they're better, they'll do something for you. I saw one guy get his boots tied on. He just sat down and he put his feet in the boot and a man laced up his boots. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow. But that's something else, man. But for a fighter, it's a lonely sport. You know what I mean? You've got to take care of your survival. And your hands are very important. Learn to wrap them. Learn to wrap them. When you're not even in the gym, wrap your hands. See how they feel. You know, because these are what you need. These do the job. These are very important. You know? So, that's one thing. Learn to do what you're doing, but I've gone off track again, haven't I? About boxing. Oh, yeah. So, fighters and with your trainers, you know, you can't put everything, you got to trust them, you know what I mean, and believe what they're telling you is right for you. But you've also got to test it and try it. And if it's not working, stop using it. You know, it's same as these game plans. I see boxers have game plans. Never had a game plan in my life. You know, in anything, I just react to what's happening. I just deal with what's in front of me. I don't worry about what's gone. Don't worry about what's to come. Just what's here right now. And I've always kind of like been like that. I'll deal with what when it happens. And in that moment, there's no worries. Because right here, right now, there's no worries. Are you hungry? Yeah, well, I'll go make something to eat. Are you cold? Yeah, well, I'll put some on. You know, if you look around you, is there any? There's no threats, there's nothing. So what am I doing? I'm just chilling and chatting. I don't know if anybody's listening, but I'm just chilling and chatting. Because that's what I want to do. And sometimes, you know, it makes life easy because all the time the stress is in your head, wanting to please other people or do things so you'll get something back from them. But if you don't want anything from anybody, you know what I mean, they haven't got a lot on you. You know, people you can see ass kissers. Why are they ass kissers? Because they want something from the person. If you're not an ass kisser, you know, most of the people don't like it. But I met some people who didn't think they liked to be told straight, you know what I mean? It's like, I told one kid, I asked him how many fights he'd had, and he told me he had 10 and lost 1. I went, oh. So I kind of like vaguely remembered him, so I thought, who's this? And then I asked somebody and he told me who he was, and he told me about the fight. And I went, he never won that fight. He went, no, he got the decision. He went, no, he did. I said, no, he got the decision, he never won the fight. And the kid should have been told that. And if he'd have been told that, he might put a little bit more in the gym. Because a lot of kids out there, they get the decisions, but they don't win the fights. And in the red, they think they won. So they don't think they have to learn anything. Which is kind of a bit sad. I remember my first loss against a kid called Jay Mannion. I battered him 3 rounds and I lost. Up at Ellesmere Park. And the following year or 2 years later, I'm at Meanwood in schoolboys, and he comes over to me and says, I'm boxing Glenn McGrory, I should win that easy. I says, what makes you think that? He says, well, you beat him and I beat you. I said, you never beat me, you just got the decision. And his face just dropped because he realised then he got battered, but he got the decision. So how did he win the fight? I've got a picture of my brother boxed, I think it was the ABA champion, and the kid's got a massive black eye and Glenn's just got a face like this. You know, not a mark on him, but he lost the decision. Why? Because his face didn't fit. He wanted a golden boy. And he fell out of love with boxing a long time ago, and he never fell back in love with boxing. I'm kind of like a bit unlucky, because boxing is my passion, and I always wanted a kid to train who had that dedication and who had that passion, who wanted to find out how good they were. And it works out, I found one. It's my son. And I think he's going to go a long, long way, right to the top. But I want to do it with the help of somebody. It's like one of the kids I boxed, they said, you got to where you got despite everybody. I never had a silver spoon in my mouth. I always had people trying to pull me back. But I still got to where I wanted to go. I got my Lonsdale belt. You know? So that when people say you should be proud of that, people don't get it. I am proud of it. You know? I'm really proud of it. I just don't go shouting about it. And why does the Lonsdale belt mean so much to me? Because I was the best in Britain. You know what I mean? I was the best in my own country. There wasn't a light heavyweight in my country who could beat me. And I didn't defend my title for, I think it was 3-4 years, and the board basically said there was nobody out there that was good enough to fight me. Now that's a shame. Or they're just lies, which the board are well known for telling lies and being corrupt, but it's only just sort of like headline now because of what went on with Cattrall. Have you noticed when you talk about fights, you always put the winner's name first? The Cattrall Taylor. You know? It's people who don't know a lot about boxing think boxing's fixed and the fighters are fixed, but the fighters aren't fixed. It's the frigging bollocks that goes on with the board and TV and promoters, and it's sad. But like my friend said, I alienate myself because I speak the truth, just like Russ speaks the truth and we get shot down for it. But fuck 'em. But I got to hold my tongue now because of my son, and that's the way it is. It's like they're very vindictive. So we'll see. We'll see. But like I say, he's going to find out how good he is, and he's going to be good. He's going to be one of them that you're going to be talking about for a long time after he retires. Anyway, till next time, bye, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have enjoyed it, please subscribe, share it, and put a thumbs up. Anyway, bye.